Imagine waking up and feeling like the world has gone gray, like the colors have drained from life, and every step feels like you're dragging your feet through quicksand. Even breathing feels like something you're not sure you can manage. And maybe you felt this way, like you're just watching your life play out like a movie you're not really in. This isn't just being sad. This isn't about a rough day or being lazy. It's a deep emptiness, a kind of emotional numbness where nothing seems to matter anymore. The things you used to enjoy feel meaningless, and even the smallest tasks like replying to a message or taking a shower feel like climbing a mountain. It's like walking through thick fog where the light at the end seems too far to ever reach. And what cuts even deeper is the silence, the sense that no one really gets it. Everyone around you seems to carry on, like it's easy to just smile, to just think positive, to just try harder. But you've tried and you're exhausted, you feel like a failure, as if somehow it's your fault. But here's what you need to hear. It's not your fault, and you are not the problem. Depression is real. It is not laziness. It is not weakness. And it has nothing to do with willpower. It's something much deeper. And the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still listening, that already says so much. In this video, we're going to look at depression in a way you've probably never heard before. We'll go deeper than the surface, beyond the cliches, and into the real reasons, the ones science tries to explain and society tries to ignore. And if any part of what I've said hits home, I want you to stay with me, because maybe, just maybe this could be the beginning of something new. Most people don't really understand depression. They think it's just being down or being lazy. But if you've lived through it, you know better. It's not just a mood. It's a total collapse of your mind, your body, and your emotions. It's like your brain becomes a maze with no way out. And even trying to think feels too heavy. Every little effort feels useless. It's like carrying an invisible weight from the moment you wake up. Things that used to light you up feel hollow. And what hurts the most is you can't even explain it properly. How do you tell someone you feel like there's a boulder on your chest when there's no clear reason? How do you explain feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by people? Freud believed depression was like grieving a loss. Not always a physical loss, but sometimes the loss of a dream or who you thought you were. Jung saw it differently. He thought depression could be a wake-up call, a sign that something deep inside is trying to change. And today, science tells us that depression changes the chemistry in your brain. It slows the production of the chemicals that make us feel good, like serotonin and dopamine. So when you're depressed, it's not about willpower. Your brain is literally functioning differently, and then guilt sneaks in, making you believe it's all your fault that you're not trying hard enough. But that's not true. That guilt isn't your voice. It's a symptom of the illness. And if depression is this powerful, why does it seem more common than ever? In a time when we have so much comfort and technology and entertainment, why are we more disconnected, more lost than ever? The world we live in sells us a version of happiness that's fake. We see filtered lives on screens. People always smiling, always winning. And when your life doesn't look like that, you start to feel like you're the only one struggling. Sociologist Zygmunt Bauman called it liquid modernity, where nothing is solid, jobs, relationships, even values. Everything is temporary. We're constantly pushed to chase more, but never pause to enjoy what we have. And if you can't keep up, the system makes you feel like a failure. Depression thrives in that silence, in that disconnection, in that loneliness. We're so distracted, so busy that we don't have time to sit with ourselves, and when we finally do, the emptiness is overwhelming. Carl Jung said that depression could be your psyche, begging you to change. But how do we change when we're stuck in a system that won't let us look inward? That's why understanding your depression isn't just personal. It's about seeing the world around you too and asking what it's doing to your spirit. What if depression isn't just something to cure, but something to understand? What if it has a message that you've been missing? We'll dive into that next. The side of depression no one talks about. What if the pain isn't here just to break you, but to teach you something? What if depression is your mind, crying out for attention because you've been ignoring something important? Our culture teaches us to run from pain, to numb it, distract it, cover it up. But what if facing it is the first step to healing? Jung believed depression isn't just illness, it's a process your mind goes through to push you to change. Maybe the life you're living isn't aligned with who you really are. Maybe you're doing what you're told, but deep inside something feels off. And when you ignore that, your mind eventually pulls you down, forces you to pay attention. Nietzsche said, "If you have a why, you can bear almost anyhow, but depression takes away that why, makes everything feel pointless." But maybe that's not the end. Maybe it's the start of something deeper. Depression might be showing you that you need a different life. Maybe you're stuck in a job that drains you. Maybe your relationships are toxic. Maybe you've been trying to be someone you're not, and now your mind is saying enough. And if that's true, then change starts with something small. Because when you're depressed, even the tiniest action can feel impossible. But you don't have to fix everything all at once, you just need to start small. Viktor Frankl survived one of the darkest places in human history, and he said, "Purpose is what keeps us alive." When you're depressed, you lose that purpose. So if big goals feel too far, start with something tiny. Get out of bed, drink water, open a window, take one deep breath. These are not small things when you feel broken. They are victories. And those little wins, they add up. One step becomes two. A walk around the block becomes a walk in the sun. Writing one sentence turns into telling your story again. Slowly you begin to move again. Connect with something outside your mind. Depression isolates you, but the world is still here, taking care of a plant, petting a dog, saying hello to a neighbor. These little connections matter. They remind you that you're not just your thoughts. But here's a mistake many people make. They expect recovery to be fast and smooth. They think once they get help, it should all go away. But it doesn't work like that. Depression heals slowly in waves, with setbacks and breakthroughs, and if you expect a miracle, you'll feel like you're failing, but you're not. Healing takes time, and every person's path is different. For some, therapy helps. For others, it's medication or movement or art or faith. What matters is you keep exploring, keep adjusting until you find what lifts you, and be careful who you share your pain with. Not everyone understands depression, and sometimes people say things that hurt, even when they mean well, things like "just be strong," or "others have it worse." Those words can deepen the wound instead of healing it. So, protect your heart. Find people who truly see you, and even if you haven't found the right support yet, don't give up. It just means the right path is still waiting for you. And finally know this depression is not who you are. It might be with you now, but it is not your name, it is not your story. Your mind may be telling you this is forever, but remember, there was a time before this and there will be a time after this. You are still here, and that matters. Even watching this video to the end, that shows something inside you is still fighting, still hoping, and that is powerful. Hold on to that part of you, the one that hasn't given up, because that's the real you. The one depression tried to silence, but couldn't. And if this touched something in you, if you saw yourself in these words, leave a comment, even just "I understand," so others can see they're not alone. And if this video helped you, keep watching the next one. It might be exactly what you need to take the next step in your journey. I'll see you there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to stay a little longer with yourself. If this spoke to your soul, know that your presence means everything. Your journey matters, your voice matters, and you are not alone. Every view, every comment, every share helps someone else feel seen. So thank you, not just for watching, but for feeling, for listening, for surviving. And if this helped you even a little, I hope you'll stay with us for what's next. Because healing is a path we walk together. Much love to you always. And I'll see you in the next one.